All right. Something else happened today that brought back a memory, and I just want to see. The thing is, I don't have anybody to talk to this about because I don't go to psychiatrists or psychologists. And most of the people that I know don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear this. They're having their own problems. They have their own problems, you know. So I do it for me. Other than me just saying it, I get it out on video because maybe it proves a point or it says something that about what I was talking about and kind of like not that I did it and that happened to me on purpose and I created that, but it happened. So then talking about it gets it out of me. You know. And this is not the Arcturian. This is straight me now because this is not he hasn't come down yet. This is just straight me. And I sent I was panhandling this afternoon, and someone came by and she used to come to my meditation. At first I didn't recognize her, then I remember who she was. And she said, you should go back to doing the sound work. And yeah, I mean, I liked the sound work that I was doing. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the sound work that I was doing. But the thing of it is that it required me to have a certain like caring for everyone that came into that room, regardless of who they were. And I was, of those people that came in me, who if you happen to be a starseed, the sound healing work I was doing was very important in activating you. I know a lot of people that told me that came for a while and then something happened and I didn't keep in touch with many of them. A lot of them don't even talk to me anymore because of the things that I've gone through. But yeah, it was unconsciously. I was what I was doing, which I did all channeled through me. I mean, everything that I did in sound healing, I didn't really plan it out. It just came, and any of the money I was making there, I would actually buy more instruments, and then to make the sound healing experience more more intense and more focused on healing. And it worked, and I agree. It would be nice to go back to it, but I can't do it right now. It takes a level of really wanting to heal people. And right now, that's not. My lack of trust in people has gone down. I mean, completely. Almost completely. And I kind of said to her that this, and I said, the thing that happened with my ex-girlfriend, what she did to me was, and she said, you should. Well, didn't it start happening before you broke up with her? I said, first of all, how do you know that? Yeah. Secondly, you don't know that. I was actually pretty good until she did that to me. And yes, I was going through again. My ex-girlfriend did not understand the shamanic experience at all. She's never experienced any kind of shamanic experience, and that was a problem. I think she knew about it, and she kind of was worrying about it, and I almost created it at the end. And I was going through something because of the COVID. Because of the release that I was getting finally from the Guillain-Barré syndrome. Guillain-Barré syndrome attacked my voice. It was good for meditative practice, but it wasn't good for activism anymore. Not to the extent that it is now. And as that was happening, yes, I dived into other plant medicines that she didn't really care much about. Tried to explain, but didn't really understand. Tried to explain that all the downloading information I was getting and this whole Arcturian thing, and she didn't believe me. So all these things, that she entrusted, me with, I guess, going out the window at that point. And she must have badmouthed me, basically saying that I was doing this and doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I never put my hand on anybody. And if you ever known anybody that was using a plant medicine, if you understand what they were going through, or put a video on it and understand that what I was doing was important, and what I was doing was getting stuff out of me in a certain way, through the shamanic experience, through the plant medicine, that there's no way you can get any other way. So what she deemed me as being going insane, let me call the crisis squad and get him committed for 7 days. It was a normal shamanic experience that was rudely interrupted. And after that, when I got back from the psych ward that she committed me to, and of course at that point, badmouthed me to all the drumming people that I was doing, my clients eventually. I mean, yes, at that point I did kept on taking it. And I look back now, it's like everything that I've done, and even to this point, I would not change one thing. Even though I'm pissed off that she ripped the house away from me, and she threw me some money, but it wasn't anything with what the equity in that house was, and she knew that very well. She picked that house over me. That the whole thing was staged or planned. I don't know what it is, but her throwing me out like that, and then demanding I leave, or if not, she's gonna physically remove me. But at the same time, not physically, getting physically removed by the police. At the same time, she was supposed to put me on the lease of that house. I paid for half the down payment. I paid for all of the all of my part of everything in that house, which is half. Except at the end during COVID, because I wasn't getting clients anymore, and the money was coming, was less. But what she did to me, and we had a verbal agreement that if we ever broke up, we would sell the house and split the equity, because I did a lot of work on that house that is now nothing compared to what I put into it. I paid half a down payment, and I got basically half of that back as a throw. Here you go, throw it here like a dog. Yeah. She threw the money out the window, and I went woo 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 out the window. Instead of getting a lawyer and actually suing her for it, because I could have done that. I don't like lawyers though, man. We had there was something there. I was there for 5 years in that house, and I convinced her to buy it. Right? We used a real estate agent that was friends of my business partner, Mara. I know she was sister of Mara, and that's how we got that house. She kind of didn't want it at first, but then I kind of convinced her that we should get it. And then 5 years later, she throws me out of it, making it all her house. I put my love and hard work, the best I can do. I can't do that work myself. But I have a friend of mine do the work, and I help them. I can't work that for long, because every time I did something, my body did hurt afterwards, and I was trying to fight it. But then when I found the plant medicine that actually helped it, because nothing else helped my condition, nothing helped my condition. Opiates and gabapentin, oxys and all that bullshit, I don't like them. They don't like my body. I don't want to get addicted to them. And that's it. That's all. And then you have the aspirin and Tylenol and Advil. You can take them both. I have neurological pain. It's nerve endings. Guillain-Barré syndrome convinces the immune system, right? It's a virus that convinces the immune system to attack the central nervous system. So all my nerve endings were in agonizing pain. And even though I went through the 5 days of under respiratory failure in ICU, and got the medication that was supposed to get rid of it didn't get rid of it all the way. I still have it through my body. I feel it. And throughout all those years, I suffered through it. And then when I finally came back to the same plant medicine that I was using years ago, and had stopped, the pain subsided. Because the coca plant is a nerve blocker. This is why it was an anesthesia. The fact that it's a nerve blocker, right, helps people with pain. Because it doesn't alleviate the pain, but alleviates the nerves. It blocks the nerves that are connected to the brain that send pain signals. It blocks them. It's just like that machine, but it's not a machine. I can play drums. I can do a lot of things better. Musically, I can do a lot of things better by using it. One of their pharmaceuticals that was legal almost killed me. This thing that I've been doing for now and before that and I stopped, and this basically most of my life has done nothing really bad to me other than make me see how fucked up everything is. So that bothered her to the point that she had a right to throw me out of my own house. I didn't call it my own house because we had a verbal agreement. I wasn't on the mortgage, and she was supposed to put me on the lease and the deed, and she didn't. So she got ready that when she needed to throw me the fuck out, she could. So this woman said to me, oh, you should put it past you and go on. It's like, I'm putting it past her. I don't have any hatred towards the woman. I just don't trust anybody anymore because of her. Nobody do I trust at this point. I was with her for 7 fucking years. And I don't hold grudges, and I don't have little dolls, the doll of her sticking needles inside of her. But what I do have is a disrespect for her, what she did to me at the end, and a thought like, what's the name? What's that song? Oh yeah, we never really made love. We never really made love. She never loved me. Because I would have never done that to her. My ex-wife was an alcoholic that fucking got drunk and was beating me. She was ripping my shirt. She was chasing me around with a fucking knife with a car. I had to ask her to leave after she came home with a note saying that she was cheating on me, basically, with somebody else. Drunk on the couch. After 10 years with her. I asked her to leave because there was nowhere else for her to go in this house because she could not afford it. Either I go or she go. I could not live with her another day. And then she's completely stopped drinking, which she didn't want to do. I was being physically abused. Mentally abused by her. So I had to ask her to leave. I had no choice. I knew that her mother would help to take care of her. And which is what happened. And whatever she had of the guy that she was like now all of a sudden seeing and behind back and then bad mouthing me and then whatever else. Friends that she had now going out drinking, on Fridays because I stopped drinking. That's what happened with me that I basically had to ask her to leave. But if she see me to sleep somewhere, I'd say, no, don't, come back. You can sleep on the couch, man. What this woman did to me was not just cruel, it was very, very, empathetic less and compassionate less. So yeah, that was never really made love. So, just because then, I don't hold grudges. I'm not mad at her. I'm not, she chose that money over me. I'm just proving a point here. That money is more invaluable than relationships, and it will literally tear a relationship. Because no matter what, the end result was for her to get that house and the equity in that house, and me not to get a dime of it. Oh, she threw me some money. I think it was twice what I paid as a down payment. Yay for 5 years of hard work in the house. Hard work. Hard work. And yeah, I could have put this all down and went to a lawyer and said, sue her. But I don't like lawyers. I don't like the court system. And you know what? That money, no matter what, I'm sorry to say, and I'm not doing it myself. The money in that house is cursed at this point. And I love that house. And the things that I did in that house, the backyard, the things that I did in that backyard, the plants that I got from a friend of mine brought over, those are all things that really meant something to me, and she tore those right away from me. So again, the woman that I met today, if you're watching this, I don't hate her. But how would you feel if you were me actually listening to my story as opposed to her story of, oh, he was doing drugs, and oh my God, and this and that, and this and the other thing, oh, wink, 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 cry, cry, cry. I fell for that too, man. That little barbecue kind of, cutesy-ootsy thing. I fell for that too, but yeah. Inside she's an Aries, man. She's a little bull, man. You have a good night, man.